All right, we're back at it again. This time we've got One Piece chapter 1157 review. The chapter is titled The Legendary Bar. So the cover story continues with Yamato. This is volume 39. It says, he died protecting the village from Kaido, leaving no trace of his body behind. We still don't know who the shrine is for. We just know that they died protecting the village from Kaido. That's it. I don't know who that would be. And we see Kiku, Yamato, and the female Yakuza boss. Can't think of her name, but she's there. Do we have an Oda note? We do. It says, recently I've had Otaku wa Suraiyo. It's tough being a man, in parentheses is what that means, playing in the background while I do color work. Once you say it, it's all over. I don't understand what that means, but good for you, Oda. You always seem so happy. So the last chapter ended, I think, in the Rock's backstory. Well, the Loki Harald Rock's backstory. And I think we ended on seeing the Rock's pirates actually officially forming. So let's see where we go from there. The narration comes in with a box. It says, Foot Colony, Temple of the International Philanthropy Federation. Cuts in, woohoo, this is a ton of loot. Let's haul it all out. And then this is Wang saying that. He says, nice work, that's everything. And he's saying, come on, guys, let's book it. And it's him and a bunch of the other Rocks pirates all just taking off with a ton of the loot. Citizens or whoever it is, they're saying, please stop. That money was donated for poor children in need. Big Mom says, yeah, right. If that's true, why hasn't it been turned over? You were going to keep it, right? Somebody says, hey, Ochoku, hey. And people are, they're getting run over by Big Mom and all the guys. I see, like, Don Marlin, I think was his name back there. Then there's the fishman, the catfish fishman. There's and the guy with the big armor. A ton of the Rocks pirates are here. It then cuts down to say, lower the lift. We're still underground. He says, shut up already. Hey, Shiki. And then Shiki says, oh, yeah, I totally forgot about him. And I'm wondering who is down there. But they clearly forgot some people from the Rocks crew down there in this pitfall. It looks like a bomb drops in, says chow. Whoosh. Oh, it's Kaido, Whitebeard, and somebody else. The bomb is falling down into that hole. Oh, Shiki, tossed it down there. That's funny. It says, jihaha. That was him laughing. This way, the rest of us all get bigger cuts. So they're trying to kill their own crew, so that way they all get more of the money. That's great. I love it. Suckers. Damn it, these bastards know everything about us. Isn't the army here yet, says the civilians. They're close, sir. Then we can't let them escape. Yes, sir, Lord High Priest. Seal the temple. Yeah, these iron bars just sprung up. They're trying to trap us, eh? I'll bust through that. Out of my way, says young Big Mom. And then she goes, what? And then it cuts over to the island shifting because of Whitebeard using his Gura Gura no Mi. It says, no, this is an earthquake. It's gotta be his handiwork. New Gate. And it's Stussy, Big Mom. Again, Don Marlin. What's his name? I can't remember his name. The little guy who's the Big Mom. I can't stand him. And the big armored guy. We see Wang, the catfish fisherman. All of them are falling. It says the temple is, and yeah, it's falling apart. And then yeah, it was Whitebeard, Kaido, and this other guy. I think that's It's not so. I can't think of what this guy's name is. It's the guy from last chapter. Can't think of his name. The bounty hunter. Kaido says, gotta admit it, I'm a bit jealous. I can't do that. Says Kaido to Whitebeard. Interesting. In getting a power, huh? You'd better choose wisely if you seek one out. You'll be stuck with it for life, says Whitebeard, giving good lessons to Kaido. That's probably why Kaido was so sad when Whitebeard died, because he was so strong and he was so cool. Good point, says Kaido. Who was it? Which one of you tried to ditch us down there? Shiki, or Wang points at Shiki. Figures it'd be you, Shiki. Oh, Kyokun, thank goodness you survived. I was so worried about you. Oh, so that's why he was trying to do that. What the hell are you all doing? Everyone move it, says Rocks. I'm gonna kill your ass. You at least kept the treasure safe, right? Says Rocks. Of course, they say. Hey, Rocks, look at the shore, says Captain John. It's the Navy. Rocks cuts in and says, Vohaha, new challengers have shown up. Hey, knock it off with the infighting. This ain't the time. We should have been getting ready to ship off. Whitebeard says, the Marines are everywhere. That was fast. Did someone leak our plans? Screw it. No point prepping to sail now. Get ready to fight, says Rocks as they're staring down the Marines. Plunder everything and sink 'em all, he says. And then it cuts to narration boxes. In a mere 2 years since their formation, the record of the Rock's crew spoke for itself. 16 documented raids, 76 sunken ships, 14 ports reduced to ash, 5 towns wiped off of the map, 1 nation brought to ruin, 3 unprecedented violations of Article 18 of international law, and 25 criminal records quietly erased. Even with the future pirate king, Gol D. Rogers, sailing the seas, it would not be an overstatement to refer to this period as the era of rocks, where we just see them blowing apart ships. Like, this is absolutely crazy. Like, he swings a sword and it just blows a ship apart. And then it cuts to say, Inishi in the New World, which is, I guess, an island that I don't remember knowing the name of. It says, what are you doing? Leave this place at once, Harald. All non-affiliated nations are considered lawless territories. Don't concern yourselves with the humans living there. They have no rights. Harald says that's messed up. The world government can't just decree everything like that. Let them go. This country gave aid to Elbaf during our famine, out of the kindness of their hearts. They're our friends, our saviors. King Harald, help us, they say. We're not leaving without repaying our debt. And this, I think, is the Marines. Saying, Harald, you understand that Elbaf is under consideration for becoming a member nation, correct? Intervening to help us would be one thing, but you'll only hurt your membership bid if you intervene on behalf of a non-affiliated country, says this guy who looks like a Marine with a gun. So stay out of the way, Harald, as he turns and points a gun and shoots at a random civilian girl who's tied up on the ship. You scum, you aren't human, says Harald, as he jumps over to the, yep, that's a Marine ship, and he's going to take him out. King Harald exposed. Elbaf monarch sinks innocent battleship. Alliance with government revealed as a ploy. World Economic Journal headline. Edith's Tavern on Elbaf. Vohaha, you see that's the government for you. Let's drink at the castle, Harald. Don't be dumb. I'm not letting a man with a reputation as bad as yours come into the mainland. I'm thinking this is probably Rox talking to him. Your whole nation should be joining up with me. Come on, Harald, give it up. I can't stand seeing you grovel to the government anymore. Yep, this is Rox talking to Harald. Sooner or later, Elbaf will become a member nation of the world government. Did you think shaving your head was a sign of good faith? In that a cultural thing you got from somewhere? Or is that a cultural thing you got from somewhere? Vohaha. Yeah, I kind of think he looked cooler when he had hair, but... Garp laughed at me, too. That's funny. Garp, that guy hates the top brass. He'd also be better off as a pirate. Oh, that's really cool that Rox actually likes, or like doesn't have a problem with Garp. He's like, yeah, Garp, yeah, that guy's pretty cool. He doesn't like those other guys either. They're a massive organization. Surely they have corrupt trash in their ranks, but the Navy is a fine army. The average Marine helps save people on a day-to-day basis. And this is Harald saying this, some of them already come from Elbaf, like John Giant. If more of our countless, or of our country's warriors followed suit, they could use their boundless strength to really make a difference for people everywhere. Harald says, or Rox says, now that's terrifying. Why don't you talk some sense into him, Ida? Ida says, I wish I could. If Harald was my son, I'd tell him, you should choose your friends wisely. Hey, don't take shots at me. That's funny. So she's agreeing that he shouldn't work with Rox. Cuts to Navy HQ. If a giant were to roll over in their sleep, people could be crushed to death. If one just loses their temper, lives could be lost. Do you really think humans can coexist with such creatures? That's the gist of what they told me. They really said all that? Yep. And that's Garp, Sengoku, and Suru talking to Kong. This is awesome. Who was an admiral at the time, so we were right. And they were all vice admirals. Suru, Sengoku, and Garp at this point. They're fine letting him join the Navy, but that's all, huh? Harald is not his man. He's trying to learn from history and change Elbaf. There's rumors he's being scouted by Rox. If that's true, the Navy might not be able to stand against him. You make good points, but it is what it is. Damn it, we're really stuck between a rock and a hard place now. Still, you can't deny their wild and violent track record. That's exactly the kind of strength I'm after, Kong. Just hurry and make Elbaf a member nation already. If it were up to me, it wouldn't be an issue. 42 years ago on Hachinosu, we then cut to. This is huge. This is really huge, says the pirates. This is big news. Shakuyaku has quit as captain of the Kuja pirates. That means there's no chance we'll run into her at sea anymore? Huh? And that's on a newspaper. It can't be. I can't sail because I dreamed of being attacked by Shakuyaka's Kuja pirates. Damn it. We've wasted our youth. Shaki-chan. What are you up to, Shaki? She says Gloriosa. Do you reckon she quit so she could chase after a man, says Big Mom, like you did, Gloriosa? Does love always lead to ruin on the Isle of Women? Like you know anything about the pain of love. You crack out kids like popcorn. Dude. That's a great line. Anyway, I honestly can't imagine her getting lovesick. I'd never forgive her if she went after Roger. Yeah, don't worry, she didn't. She went for Rayleigh. And then it's Stussy saying, it's always Shocky this and Shocky that. At least you've only got eyes for me, right, Newgate? I've never been in love with you, says Whitebeard to her. What did you just say? I'm the popular sensation, Miss Bucky, or Miss Buckin. Ain't that enough? No, I want you. Ain't that, sorry? She's saying, what did you just say? I'm the popular sensation, Miss Buckin. Ain't that enough, says Whitebeard. No, I want you. No way, something crazy is happening. What's wrong? It's the Kuja pirates, huh? They're coming towards the coast. What? In the Pirate Islands history, this incident is said to rank among the greatest, even with all that was yet to come. The arrival of the world's most beautiful idol caused a commotion in the hive of murderous fiends. It's a goddess. I can die happy. Thanks for the ride, Sir Tritoma. This will do. Yes, ma'am. So this is Pirate Island. What brings you here, ma'am? This island is too filthy for you. You must not go any further. Tears blur my vision, yet her light still blinds me. Everybody's simping so hard. Is she real or am I dreaming? So pretty. Wait a minute. Are you joining the Rocks Pirates like Gloriosa? What a babe. No, I just want to live here for a while. What? Quitting won't matter to the Marines. They'll always be after me since I was a pirate. So I'm going to hide out here for a while with all of you. You'll just protect me, right? And they're all just like, of course we will, Simps. This place smells. We'll clean up right away. I want to open a store. We'll build one for you. Let's grow some flowers for her. Hey, what's with all this noise? Why are you rats making such a racket, says Rox. The Rox crew is back. This is bad. Don't blame her, Captain Rox. This was our doing. What's she doing here, he says. The pirate island of Hachinosu was abuzz with excitement. Shaki's rip-off bar had finally opened. They say the wait just to get in would take over a month. What the hell is this, says Rox, walking up to it. Welcome, I'm so happy to see you. You'll be my first customers. Would you like a drink? She's an angel. Literally everybody, every man is simping, including Whitebeard, Rox, Don Marlin, Captain John, Shiki, everybody. Shakuyaku was like a flower blooming in a dry wasteland. Her very presence enriched the island. The inhabitants of Hachinosu came to covet her as a treasure, an irreplaceable crown jewel. Unfortunately, a treasure is always the inevitable target of a thief. I can't open it. I just can't open it. Everybody going over to try to help her. I'll give you a hand. This place smells great. And then we cut to the Room of Authority, Marijois. Very well. Relay this to Harold. We shall accept Elbaf's admission into the world government on one condition. The warriors of Elbaf must kill Rox. And this is Mars, Mr. Marcus Mars saying this. And then it cuts to, that's what it will take for Harold to gain admission, ? And then that's the end of the chapter. And we're on break next week. Little unfortunate being on break. I'm definitely going to have to try to get something out in the meantime during the week. I don't really have a lot to say at the end of this chapter. Pretty cool stuff overall. I gotta say, stuff I definitely enjoyed. I didn't really think Shocky was going to be coming here, but that's fine by me. Everybody's simping over her fine, or is fine. It makes sense that she's there. Gloriosa just earned some more points with me. I already thought she was cool, but she's pretty badass after that line. Seeing young Suru, Rox, and Sengoku and Kong was really cool. Getting to know that for a fact Kong was an admiral. We were pretty sure of that, but at this point he was an admiral, and he's a future commander-in-chief, but he probably also became the fleet admiral. But it just doesn't tell us that, because his highest rank is above that. You know what I mean? So I'm wondering who the fleet admiral would be at this point, since they're all answering to him as an admiral. Overall, we only saw Loki and Harudine very briefly in one panel while Ida was talking. Excuse me. Everything in this chapter was pretty crazy. The Rocks Pirate stuff at the start was pretty cool. Getting to see their interactions with one another, young Whitebeard and everybody. Definitely a good chapter. I don't really have much else to say, though, on it. I'll be honest. Excuse me. I would expect we're going to continue this again for weeks to come. I don't think the flashback is ending anytime soon, per se. Maybe we're through a little more than half of it, and that's maybe. I'll be honest. I don't even know if we're through that much. So, we'll see. I will try to put out something else, though, in this next week for sure. I'm going to really start trying to put more effort into getting stuff out on YouTube or live streaming. I'm going to do my best to get something out. So, I hope everybody had a good week. I hope everybody has a good week to come. We'll get 2 weeks, or a week. We'll see when I drop my next video. But I won't be back for another chapter live reaction for probably 2 weeks. So my guess is around the 27th, give or take, of this month in August. We'll see. But anyways, like I said, like I was saying, I hope everybody's had a good week or two. Hope everybody has a good week or two to come. Go out, hug somebody you love, tell somebody you love them, spend time with people you care about, and just have a great day. And I'll be back around with another video soon. Thanks. Bye.